Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA action, headed out west to the desert where the Suns are hosting the Sixers.
We've got a promo code. The code is LOVE for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net.
Sixers are favored -1, total of 227. Sixers are 18 and 8 on the year, 14, 10 and 2 against the spread. Meanwhile, Phoenix is 15 and 9, both straight up and against the number, and also coming off 4 straight wins and 4 straight covers. The Suns getting pretty hot out there in the desert. Meanwhile, Philadelphia coming off a straight up loss to a beaten down Portland team, 118 to 114, is 6 point favorites. Obviously, they didn't cover in that one. And the total going over. We've got Chip Chirimbes joining us to break this one all down for us. Chip, thoughts on Sixers Suns?
Well, I'd see both these teams have improved from previous products that we saw last year, particularly on the road for the 76ers, who are now 7-6. I mean, last year at this time, I think they were 2-11 on the road. They were really taking their beating. I think that Doc Rivers has had a real positive influence on Embiid to be more consistent and more dominant. And this is what we're seeing out of Embiid night after night. Now, they're 6-2 after a loss. Portland did beat them on Wednesday night, and that was a Thursday night, and that was really great for us here. But favored on the road, Philly's been carrying baggage. Chelsea, they're 16-23 in the last 49. While Phoenix, like you said, has won 4 in a row overall, including a win over Milwaukee, 125-24, who was really hot at the time. And they're 5-0 in their last 5 games at home. So it's difficult to choose a side here because of Philly's improvement on the road and the way they bounce back after a loss. And Phoenix is just on a roll. Maybe the way to go is to play the total here, Chelsea. I think this game goes over the 227.5 that I see listed. Phoenix has gone over 23 of their last 32 games. That's 23-9. And Philly has gone over in this series with Phoenix 12-3-1 in the last 16 meetings. I think it's the safest way to go. I think these teams are going to rub it up and down the floor with Booker and Chris Paul for Phoenix and Simmons and, of course, Embiid running the show in Philadelphia. I see a high-scoring game coming here. I think they're going to run the course in the desert.
Yeah, and Tobias Harris has been pretty solid for the Sixers as well as the third piece kind of their big stars. I think the interesting matchup here in this one for me will be DeAndre Ayton against Joel Embiid. These two have already talked trash at each other on social media, and that's generally how Joel Embiid is. I think he talks a lot of trash to a lot of people. But if you look at the other times that they've faced off, Embiid had 33 points and 17 rebounds in the first showdown between these two. I don't think it was this year. I think it was when Ayton was a rookie. But still, I think these two will be going head to head and kind of looking to one up each other. So I think that's a good matchup if you like the over. Anything else you have your eye on in this matchup? Because I know the Suns have been winning people a lot of money when it comes to just betting on the spread when it comes to the Suns.
Yeah, like I said, I think Doc Rivers' influence on Embiid has made him be a more consistent player, and his numbers are just outrageous and outstanding. And, Phoenix people are still expecting this big center to come through and to join the Embiid class, which he hasn't quite got there yet. And Ayton, we're looking for him to do it. Maybe this is when he's going to start growing and maturing and becoming a more dominant player. But it's going to be a great matchup. I think this is the one game I would choose to watch on Saturday night if I had to.
Yeah, I think it's really going to be an entertaining one because usually Phoenix has been crashing the boards against some of these other teams and really taking advantage of Ayton down low. But I don't know if you can do that with Embiid down low on the Sixers because, like you said, no, I don't think Ayton's joined that class yet, but there are very few that have. He's kind of in a class to himself, getting some attention for MVP up there in Philadelphia. So I think we've got a good matchup on our hands, and that is going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Chip Chirimbes. As always, Chip, thanks for joining us.